Welcome back to Summit Sunrise. Now, I have to tell you, not only is this exciting to have Steve here on the set with me this morning because we're talking about an amazing event that's coming up in October that you don't want to miss out on, but also on Saturday night, this past Saturday night, Steve happened to be one of the esteemed judges at Dancing with the Mountain Stars, and we wanted to give you a little bit of a recap. Now, this is a picture of me with my partner, Italo Elgueta, and I got to tell you, he is amazing, and I'm so glad that he was there to hold my hand through this entire process because it was by far the scariest thing I've ever done in my entire life. Now, and Steve being one of the judges, he did it back in 2010. Were you just as scared as I was?
I tell you what, I still get goosebumps when you say that, doing the jitterbug and like your cha-cha. It was great, and what a great way to open the show with the cha-cha and Ashley Prill.
That's right. They made me open the show, you guys. They made me go first. It was scary.
And that's not easy.
No.
However, Ashley, most improved dancer at the Dancing with the Mountain
Tell
Stars.
You what. Whoa. Thanks. And this is my local coach, Debbie Whitmore. She's the one that worked with me for months and months behind the scenes to help me actually be able to get out there and to perform. And so big thanks goes out to her. But oh my gosh, and big thanks to you guys. I mean, that was so fun, and
great
to be
event.
Able to be looking at this face while I was dancing instead of somebody that I was just, oh man, it was scary. So it was nice to see a friendly face up there.
You know, we go from one great benefit to another.
Yeah. Now, if people missed all the dancing on, this past Saturday night, there's another opportunity coming up. And I tell you, there's not too many really opportunities to get dressed up and to go and, kind of dance the night away or just to be able to kind of have a special evening out. And coming up in October, Wine in the Pines, this is an incredible event. And you've been a part of it for how long?
All 30 years.
All 30 years.
I was there for the first one, which was actually an Oktoberfest.
Right.
And then Mike and Margaret Smith saw the opportunity to turn it into something bigger.
Yeah.
And we coined it Wine in the Pines and moved it from the Keystone Ranch on a Saturday night to the Keystone Lodge. And then when we opened the conference center in 1990, we said, we need more room.
Yeah. So, okay, this event typically sells out. There's usually about 1,000 people there. I mean, it's amazing. Let's tell everybody what it's all about, because I'm sure there's some of you that have never been before.
Well, it's a benefit. And for the first 29 years, it was a benefit for cerebral palsy of Colorado. Mm-hmm. However, it's more than just cerebral palsy of Colorado. And they've coined it now abilities, connection, and meaning you can have a lot of abilities or even disabilities and still be invited down there and be educated and help you find a job as well. And they serve over 600 commuter, people per day at the center.
Wow.
So it's a great benefit. So people should think above and beyond just one particular disease of cerebral palsy. It's an incredible center out there in Aurora on the old Lowry campus.
Wow, I do definitely appreciate the fact that it's something that it's not just kind of treating disease or something like that, but it's really helping for a lot of these people to be able to get jobs and to function and to feel really good about themselves.
Exactly. Just like continuing education is so important, no matter who you are, what your ability, what your disability is. Mm-hmm. I think that's how we all grow, and we grow together to build teams,
right.
Whether it's in our businesses or our families and whatever. And through our event, Wine in the Pines, coming up on Winemakers Dinners on Friday night, the 18th of October.
Okay.
And then wine tasting paired with a lot of great food at the conference center.
Yes.
And supplemented with some chocolate.
And for
those that have attended in the past, they know that Ned Archibald from the conference center, our executive pastry chef, he will leave you, with an appetite for more chocolate even after you leave.
You know what? Walking into Wine in the Pines, the first year I ever went, I mean, it kind of feels like you just walked into Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. It's amazing what he does with chocolate.
Yeah. And it's not just the display of it and the variety of things, and it's more than just chocolate too, for those that have not attended. And it's just the entire display and the fashion and the design that's put together. And that's complemented by food from the Alpenglow Stube, from the Outpost Fondue, from Ski Tip, from the Ranch, from the Bighorn. There's plenty of food, over 500 wines to taste, as well as some craft beers for those that may not have a wine palate.
Oh, yeah. Really something for everyone, and it's just such just an indulgent evening. And then I know that this year, typically there's a lot of dancing, there's bands and things like that. But this year, there's also a little change in the entertainment, right?
There is. There's some additional entertainment this year, Ashley. And like you said, there's plenty of food, plenty of wine, silent auction, verbal auction. band afterwards. But in between there, we have Josh Blue, who
Which-
was affected with cerebral palsy at a young age, but he's sort of the last comic standing.
Yep.
He's won a lot of great prizes and awards out there. So you don't want to miss this year's event with Josh Blue.
No.
And certainly supporting the Kelly Smith Learning Center down there at the center. And, we thank Mike and Margaret Smith and the entire family for bringing it to Keystone. And we're proud partners at Keystone Resort for hosting this for all 30 years.
Wow.
Which is probably maybe unequaled in the entire state for
Yeah.
one resort, one business to be hosting a benefit. So gives us goosebumps and feel
Yeah, you just
very
gave-
proud.
Just gave me some. Now, how do people get tickets?
Tickets, you can start buying those at Dillon Ridge Liquors right here by City Market in Dillon, or you can go online, wineinthepines.org.
All right, you guys, definitely check it out. It's going to be a great event. And I have to tell you, Josh Blue is one of the only people I've actually looked up his comedy and watched it. And it was one of those things, Steve, I was crying because I was laughing so hard. This guy is amazing.
I went online sometime this past week and just brought myself up to date with Josh, and I cannot wait. And like you said too, Ashley, it's a fashion show.
Oh,
All the
yeah.
ladies will be dressed to the nines in the bling.
Oh, yeah.
And guess what? Even the men get cleaned up.
I know, which is my favorite part. They shower and the whole thing. And but
You'll
on,
see some tuxes, some
Yeah,
suits, and
yeah.
you'll see some nice mountain casual as well. But everyone's invited, and plenty of tickets available.
All right, well, get those tickets now because typically once we get closer to the event, they're not so available. So, Steve, thanks so much for coming on and for making Dancing with the Stars an amazing event for me and being such a wonderful judge. It was so nice to see your smiling face. when I was
Congratulations to our Mountain Star, and we'll see you at
thank you.
Wine in the Pines.
Yeah, right, exactly. We're going to take a break and we'll be back with more Summit Sunrise.